Hello, my name is Madison Liby, and this is my final for my Foundations of Education class. For my final, we're supposed to answer 5 questions and kind of like talk about them and talk about how they affect us as teachers. So, the first question is tell us where you are currently positioned regarding your own philosophy of education. How has this changed you, if it has, and what do you deem to be important and why? So, for my philosophy of education, I kind of want to follow the philosophy of progressivism. I want to be a teacher who is really hands on, has a really fun, creative classroom, a really good learning environment for students because I just think that they should be able to grow and connect with their friends and their other students in class while also being able to figure out how serious their education actually is and take their education like seriously and learn the full content a fun and creative way. I don't think it's going to change much for me because I always wanted to be a teacher who is very hands on with their classroom, who is really personal with their students and not really strict, but also a teacher who teaches them their boundaries and who also can have fun with them while doing arts and crafts and that sort of stuff. I think this is really important because I believe that teachers should make a fun classroom because students should want to come to school. I want to be a teacher who, when kids come to class, they are excited for the day, they're excited to see me, they're excited to learn, and they just don't dread school. So, the second question has to deal with the heart of teaching. The question is, tell us what the phrase heart of teaching means to you, what good comes of it, and what does it look like? So, I think that the heart of teaching or the heart for teaching phrase means that a teacher should be a teacher for a good reason. I think teachers should be teachers because they want to better students and better their lives and really be there for each student because you never know what each student goes through. I mean, you could be the best thing about their day, and I think a teacher should really want to better their students. I think a teacher should love their students and want to better them every day while also developing like a personal relationship with them because I really think that's important to have as a teacher. So, my mom is actually a really good example. She has a great heart for teaching. She always checks on her kids every day. She really loves them and has a really good relationship with each one of them. Each one of them give her a hug every time, and I can't wait to have that in my own classroom. So, the third question is they want to hear about my personal growth for teaching this semester. So, this semester for teaching actually started off a little bit shaky for me. When we did our first project or teaching thing, I did a full PowerPoint. Um, it was really hard because we read a book and we were supposed to teach about the book, which everyone already knew about the book, so I didn't really know what to teach them. So I kind of created a slideshow just talking about the book and talking about the chapters and putting a couple of quotes in there. And I just went through all the slides. I didn't really engage my accountability buddy very well. I definitely grew as the semester went on for my second teaching opportunity. Nope, my third teaching opportunity was probably my best one. I had my group create like ladybugs and did a really hands-on activity and engaged them while they still learned like the cycle of the ladybug and what each cycle was and like how the ladybug developed. And I thought that was really cool because it was just a fun hands-on activity where you also got to learn a lot. And so the fourth question is which assignment was most helpful and impactful and why? I will never be able to get this out of my head. The onion activity was my favorite activity. I don't know if you really consider it an assignment, but it really taught me to be vulnerable as a teacher, be vulnerable with my students, because teachers have to be vulnerable to develop a good relationship with their students. Teachers need to be vulnerable and they need to embrace their feelings, because teaching is not an easy job. I think teaching, you have the good and the bad days, and I think you just need to embrace your feelings for the good and the bad days and be really open with your students, because having a teacher with an open mind is the best thing I think a teacher could have. And then the fifth question is just any last words I want to leave with my teachers, and then like questions. So I just want to say my teachers, Mr. Alberto and Miss Messer, were amazing teachers. I really enjoyed having them as teachers. They were amazing to me and all my peers. They really taught us that teaching is an amazing job to have, even though people say like, oh, you don't get paid that much. Well, I don't think it's really about the pay. I mean, I do it because I love being around kids. I love seeing that light pop on in their head when they finally get something. I want to be a teacher who impacts them and shows them that it's okay to be creative, and I want to help them like grow in their life and in their education. I guess the one question I want to leave you guys with is, how do you know when you're ready to become a teacher? I guess I'm just really nervous about like when I first get out of my student teaching. I just want to be confident in my teaching skills, because I know everyone has to start off their first year like kind of rocky, but I guess I don't personally know if I'll be ready or when I will be ready. I don't want to like go into my first year of teaching like, oh, not knowing what to do and always asking for help and that sort of stuff. I guess I just don't know how this first year is going to work, so I'm just kind of nervous about that. Well, even though I have a while still, but still nervous for my first year of teaching, and I look forward to being more confident in myself. I'm really excited. So thank you again, James and Angie, for teaching me this semester. I enjoyed having you guys as teachers. You were amazing. I will always look up to you, and I can't wait to hopefully have you guys in the future. Thank you for such a great semester. Bye.